Family, welcome. Welcome to the beginning of a new conversation, a new series, and a new way of seeing the world around us. This is Reading Truth. Discerned, the eye of the beholder. A journey into the future that is unfolding right in front of us. A future many feel, many fear, and many sense rising like a tide. We are stepping into an era where the lines between the physical and the digital, the human and the machine, the natural and the engineered, are dissolving faster than society can comprehend. And so we gather here, not to panic, not to retreat, but to discern. Because discernment is the gift that separates confusion from clarity, noise from signal, fear from understanding. And as referenced in Daniel 12:4, there has long been an expectation that knowledge would increase, that information would accelerate, and that humanity would be confronted with a world moving faster than its traditions. We are living in that acceleration. Let's begin with the first wave already crashing against the shores of our daily lives, the flood of AI-generated media. Reports are emerging that within a few years, the majority of online content, news articles, videos, commentary, images, voices, even entire personalities, may be generated by machines. Not because AI is malicious, but because it is efficient. It is fast. It is tireless. And it is accessible to everyone, including those who wish to mislead, manipulate, or destabilize. We are entering a time where reality can be manufactured, where truth can be imitated, where authenticity can be forged. And as referenced in Matthew 24:4-5, there has always been a warning about deception, about voices that appear real but are not, about messages that sound true but are engineered. This is not ancient fear. This is modern infrastructure. We are talking about mis- and disinformation campaigns, viral hacking synthetic news, deep-fake personalities, automated propaganda, and the erosion of trust in what we see and hear. This is not a distant threat, it is already here, and the need to develop early protection systems for our media consumption, our information flow, our connection to the global world front is not optional. It is essential. Even our local news, the last bastion of community truth, is vulnerable to being drowned out by algorithmic noise. So the question becomes, how do we protect our minds, our communities, and our sense of reality? And as referenced in Proverbs 4:7, wisdom and understanding have always been the foundation of survival. One answer is simple but powerful: community-driven media, not corporate, not centralized, not controlled by distant institutions, but built by people for people. Public and private channels that are digitally forward, rooted in real communities, and prepared for the ecosystem that is coming. Because look around, we are witnessing the death of physical media. CDs, DVDs, USB drives, gone. Even the mobile phone, the device that defined an era, is beginning to fade into the background. What replaces it? AI devices, smart glasses, audio interfaces, wearable sensors, NFC identity systems, hands-free computing, ambient intelligence woven into daily life. We are moving toward a world where the interface disappears and the environment becomes the device. And as referenced in Habakkuk 2:2-3, there has always been a call to write the vision plainly, to prepare for what is coming, to build ahead of the moment. This is that moment. The communities that build their own channels now will be the ones who shape the narrative later. We are entering a hands-free world. A world where identity, access, communication, and commerce are woven into the air around us. No phones, no wallets, no paper money, no untracked transactions, everything digital, everything connected, everything accounted for. And as referenced in Revelation 13:16-17, there has long been discussion about systems where buying and selling require identification, where access is tied to verification, where participation is linked to compliance. We are not interpreting, we are observing parallels. Because in a business sense, we already live in a world where you cannot buy or sell without a tax ID, a social security number, a bank account, a verified identity, a digital footprint. The infrastructure is already here. The difference now is speed and integration. Everything is becoming hands-free, digital, automated, traceable, universal. And the question is not whether this is good or bad. The question is whether we are prepared. Now, family, let's move deeper, because the shift we're witnessing isn't just technological, it's structural, it's systemic. It's redefining what it means to be a person inside a digital world. We are entering the era of digital identity, a world where your presence, your access, your movement, your ability to participate in society is tied to a verified digital profile. Governments say it's about protection. Corporations say it's about convenience. Security experts say it's about reducing fraud. Creators say it's about protecting their voice and image. Lawyers say it's about copyright and trademark. But beneath all of that is a deeper shift, a shift toward a world where identity is no longer something you carry, but something that carries you. And as referenced in 2 Timothy 3:1, there has always been an expectation that certain times would be marked by complexity, pressure, and transformation. We are living in those times. Let's talk about the agentic internet, the next evolution of the web. This is not the internet of pages, not the internet of apps, not the internet of social feeds. This is the internet of agents, autonomous digital entities that act on your behalf, represent you, negotiate for you, filter information for you, and even create content in your voice. Imagine a digital representative that answers your emails, a voice agent that speaks in your tone, a system that manages your schedule, a bot that negotiates your bills, a digital twin that learns your preferences, a personal AI that filters truth from noise. This is not science fiction. This is the infrastructure being built right now. And as referenced in Ecclesiastes 1:9, there is a reminder that patterns repeat, that cycles return, that what appears new often echoes something ancient. The agentic web is simply the next cycle, a world where intelligence is distributed, where autonomy is delegated, where identity is extended beyond the body. Now let's step into a topic many avoid, but one we must address with clarity: transhumanism. Head implants, eye implants, hand implants, neural interfaces, biometric wallets, medical chips, security implants. Some see salvation, some see danger, most see confusion. But the real question is practical. Would you trust it? Would you trust a chip in your hand to store your wallet, your medical records, your identity, your access to buildings, your emergency beacon? Would you trust a neural interface to help you think faster, communicate without speaking, or interact with machines directly? Would you trust an electric vehicle to drive you for 7 days straight while you sleep? Because that's the pitch. If you're sick, lost, injured, unconscious, the system can find you. Dispatch can be automated. Help can arrive faster than ever before. And as referenced in Genesis 11:4-6, there has always been a moment in history where humanity reached for something beyond itself, where technology and ambition intertwined, where the boundaries between human and divine blurred. We are approaching another one of those moments. Now let's return to a phrase that has echoed across generations in the Bible: buying and selling, because the parallels are becoming impossible to ignore. In a business sense, we already live in a world where you cannot buy or sell without a tax ID, a social security number, a bank account, a verified identity, a digital footprint, a compliance record. This is not prophecy. This is policy. This is not speculation. This is infrastructure. And as referenced in Revelation 13:16-17, there has long been discussion about systems where we are not interpreting. We are observing parallels. Because the modern world is moving toward no phones, no wallets, no paper money, no anonymous transactions, no untracked movement of goods or services, everything digital, everything connected, everything accounted for. And the question is not whether this is good or bad. The question is whether we are prepared. Family, we are witnessing the end or the transformation of the systems we grew up with. Financial systems, educational systems, media systems, identity systems, work systems, communication systems. Social systems. Everything is shifting. Everything is being rewritten. Everything is being re-engineered. And as referenced in Isaiah 43:19, there has always been a reminder that new things emerge, that paths open in unexpected places, that transformation is part of the human story. This is not a moment to fear, it is a moment to discern, a moment to prepare, a moment to build, a moment to unite, a moment to create new structures that serve real people in real communities with real purpose. Family, now that we've seen the technological shift, let's talk about the economic shift, because the two are inseparable. Technology doesn't just change devices, it changes livelihoods. It changes industries. It changes the very definition of work. We are entering a time where entire sectors are being reshaped, reduced, or replaced by automation, AI, robotics, and autonomous systems. This isn't fear-mongering. This is forecasting. This is what the reports are already saying. And as referenced in James 5:1-3, there has always been a warning about economic upheaval, about shifts in wealth, about systems that cannot sustain themselves. We are watching those shifts unfold. Let's speak plainly. Many traditional jobs that were once considered stable, reliable, respectable, are being automated. Not because people failed, but because the systems evolved. We're seeing administrative roles replaced by AI, transportation roles replaced by autonomous vehicles, retail roles replaced by self-checkout and robotics, customer service replaced by voice agents, content creation replaced by generative models, manufacturing replaced by precision automation. Even professional fields, law, medicine, finance, being reshaped by algorithmic intelligence. This is not the end of work, but it is the end of work as we knew it. And as referenced in Ecclesiastes 3:1, there is a time and season for everything, including the closing of one era and the opening of another. So the question becomes, what replaces the old system? The answer is emerging right now. New personal economies, not corporate economies, not institutional economies, but community-driven, skill-driven, creator-driven economies, where individuals and groups build value, produce value, and exchange value in ways that are digital, flexible, and scalable. This is why we are building new group economies, because the world is shifting from employment to entrepreneurship, degrees to skills, titles to capabilities, resumes to portfolios, job security to income diversity, gatekeepers to open platforms. And as referenced in Deuteronomy 8:18, there has always been a reminder that the ability to create, produce, and generate wealth is a gift, a responsibility, and a calling. This is the moment to activate that calling. As we observe this shift, we begin to see three types of people emerging. Thinkers, those who analyze, interpret, and understand the times. They see the patterns. They read the signals. They discern the direction. 1. Watchers, those who observe from a distance, waiting to see what happens, hesitant to move, unsure of their place in the new world. 2. Doers, those who build, those who act, those who create, those who step forward even when the path is not fully visible. And as referenced in Revelation 7:3, there has always been symbolism around the mind, the forehead, the decision, the place where thought becomes action. This is a time where thought alone is not enough. Observation alone is not enough. This is a time for action. Family, we cannot wait for institutions to save us. We cannot wait for corporations to rescue us. We cannot wait for old systems to revive themselves. We must build now. We must create now. We must establish now. Community media channels, community learning hubs, community economic networks, community digital identities, community-driven AI tools, community-centered platforms, community-owned narratives. Because the future will not be shaped by those who simply consume technology, but by those who build with it. And as referenced in Nehemiah 2:18, there has always been a moment where people rise together, strengthen their hands, and begin building the walls of their future. This is that moment. Let's talk about value, because value is shifting. In the old world, value was tied to labor time, physical presence, credentials, institutional approval. In the new world, value is tied to creativity, insight, digital fluency, adaptability, community influence, technical literacy, problem-solving, innovation, and the ability to build systems, not just follow them. This is why we are preparing our communities to step into the new economy with confidence, with clarity, and with capability. And as referenced in Proverbs 22:29, there has always been recognition that skill, excellence, and mastery open doors that titles cannot. This is the time to sharpen those skills. Family. We've walked through the flood of AI media, the rise of digital identity, the shift into hands-free systems, the emergence of transhumanism, and the transformation of global economies. Now we arrive at the final arc of this opening message, the call to become watchmen in a world that is changing faster than ever before. Because every generation has a moment where it must decide whether it will be shaped by the world or whether it will shape the world. And as referenced in Ezekiel 33:7, there has always been a calling for those who see clearly to stand, to warn, to guide, and to protect their communities. This is that calling. We are entering an age where truth is not destroyed, it is distorted, where lies are not shouted, they are whispered through algorithms, where deception is not forced, it is personalized, where confusion is not accidental, it is engineered. And as referenced in Isaiah 5:20, there has always been a warning about times when definitions flip, when meaning blurs, when clarity becomes rare. This is why discernment is not optional. It is survival. Family. If you can see what others cannot, you carry responsibility. If you can discern patterns, you carry responsibility. If you can read the signs of the times, you carry responsibility. Not to fear, not to isolate, not to condemn, but to guide, to teach, to prepare, to build. And as referenced in Matthew 25:1-4, there has always been a distinction between those who prepare and those who wait until it is too late. Preparation is not paranoia. Preparation is wisdom. So what do we build? What does a prepared community look like in the age of AI, automation, and digital identity? It looks like this. 1. A community that understands technology, not fears it, not worships it, understands it. 2. A community that builds its own media, not dependent on corporate narratives, not drowned by algorithmic noise, rooted in truth, clarity, and local voice. 3. A community that creates its own economy, skill-based, creator-driven, collaborative, sustainable. 4. A community that protects its identity, digital, cultural, historical, spiritual, collective. 5. A community that trains its thinkers, watchers, and because every generation needs all three. And as referenced in 1 Chronicles 12:32, insert your quote and paraphrase here. There has always been a group who understood the times and knew what their people ought to do. We are becoming that group. Family. We are standing at the edge of a turning, a moment where the world is shifting from one age to another, from analog to digital, from physical to hybrid, from local to global, from human-only to human-machine collaboration, from traditional economies to algorithmic ones, from passive consumption to active creation. This is not the end. This is the beginning. And as referenced in Joel 2:28, there has always been a promise that in times of great change, vision increases, dreams expand, and insight multiplies. We are stepping into that promise. So family, as we begin this series, as we open this journey, as we step into this new world together, let this be our foundation. We will not be confused. We will not be deceived. We will not be overwhelmed. We will not be passive. We will be watchful. We will be wise. We will be prepared. We will be united. We will be creative. We will be builders. Because the future does not belong to those who fear the flood. It belongs to those who learn how to navigate it. And as referenced in Psalm 119:105, There has always been guidance for those who walk into the unknown. This is our moment. This is our calling. This is our time to see clearly in a world that is losing its sight. Welcome to Reading Truth Discerned, the eye of the beholder.